Okay, our next non-Mendelian inheritance pattern that we're going to look at is multiple alleles. So many different types of traits have more than just two alleles. Everything that we've talked about so far, we've been looking at two alleles. We're going to look at ABO blood typing because there are multiple alleles associated here. There's three different alleles, and then we also see codominance as well in this scenario. So if we first look at the blood cells in the middle of your screen, notice that the red blood cells have different objects sticking out of them, and what those shapes are representing are different types of proteins that are on the cell surface, and those are identifying proteins that the immune system can recognize to help determine if the cells in your body are actually yours, or if those cell surface markers could be something from a pathogen. So notice that we have different phenotypes here over to the right. So if you have like these triangle shaped cell surface markers, that would denote that you are blood type A. If you have circles on the cell, that would denote that you are blood type B. And then we also have individuals that have both of those markers. They have the circles and they have the triangles. Those people would have type AB blood. And then finally, we have people that do not have either one of those cell surface markers, and those individuals have type O blood. So those are our different phenotypes. Notice here that we have the genotypes all the way to the left, and this is showing a non-Mendelian inheritance pattern, so we're using subscripts again. So just remember that whenever we show non-Mendelian inheritance patterns, we use subscripts. So we have three different alleles. This allele, I superscript A, is the allele for A blood. Here's I superscript B. That's the allele for B blood. And then we have the lowercase I. That is the allele for O blood. And please notice here that the O allele, the lowercase I, that is lowercase because that is recessive. But the A and the B, we are using superscripts there because those are co-dominant alleles. So if we look at this individual right here who has AB blood, their genotype would be IA, IB, and they have both of those cell surface markers. Those cell surface markers are not showing some intermediate, they are both displayed, so those are co-dominant alleles. I also want you to notice the two different genotypes that could result from a person with a phenotype of A blood. Here we have a homozygous dominant homozygous dominant genotype, or individuals that are heterozygous with the lowercase recessive I allele. Both of those genotypes would result in A blood. We see two different genotypes as well for people with B blood. They could be homozygous dominant for B, or they could be IBI. But here when we get to our codominant phenotype, the only genotype that will give you AB blood is IA, IB, and the only genotype that will give you B blood is the homozygous recessive lowercase i's.